Garfield beats Furiosa at the box office. Deadpool and Wolverine released their popcorn bucket, and we got a first look at 28 years later. Let's get into this week's movie news.
What's up, movie friends? Welcome back to Raiders of the Lost podcast, the ultimate film and TV podcast. And today we're doing our weekly episode of Movie News where we go through all of the industry news so you don't have to. We watched all the trailers, we read all the articles, we know what's going on this week, so sit back, relax, and let us feed you all of this wonderful information. Also, I'm back, baby. I'm back in the studio. I'm back in LA. It's good to be here.
Anthony's first movie news in studio.
Yeah, since 3 weeks ago. Yeah, it's nice.
4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago, yeah.
It's gone a long time.
Long fucking time. But there's so much to go over. Once again, we have a slow weekend at the box office following last week's Memorial Day weekend. Big news, Garfield, the movie, overtook Furiosa. Both are in their second weeks. Garfield came out on top in their second weekend with $13 million this weekend, and Furiosa dropped to the number 2 spot with a $11 million second weekend, a 60% drop from last week. Both films are pretty much performing almost identically. Furiosa was $39 million last week, and Garfield was $37.8 million, so they are pretty much making the same amount of money all over the world. If came out in third place with $10 million, is performing very well, broke $100 million. Apes, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, came out in fourth place with $8 million. It has passed $300 million globally, so it is chugging along, doing very well for the studio. Haikyuu, the dumpster battle, came out in fifth place with $5 million. I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing it's an anime of some
Probably.
kind. Yeah. And then The Fall Guy, hanging in on the top 10 with a $3.5 million, coming in sixth place. And then another new release this weekend was In a Violent Nature, which debuted with $2.2 million at 1,400 theaters. So very good opening for this tiny budget horror film. It looks to make about $10 million in its run. Late Night with the Devil opened at very similar numbers when it was released and made $11 million domestically. So it looks like In a Violent Nature, actually from the same studio, looks to be on the same pace as that film. So it looks like it's going to be a very profitable film for those involved.
Wow. Furiosa has only made $70 million globally.
Globally? Jesus Christ.
$70 million on a $170 million budget. They're going to eat a lot of money on that.
God.
Holy crap. I mean, a similar movie like The Fall Guy, budget around 120, it's at 150 million globally.
It's making some money.
It's making some, yeah, you know, it's hit that budget back, but it doesn't mean it's profitable yet. But man, Furiosa is maybe the bomb of the year.
They were hoping to make at least probably $400 million to break even, because with that budget, with marketing, split it with movie theaters, you want to make at least $400 million. So it doesn't look like it can hit that number for sure.
They might end up eating over $100 million in that movie.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Holy crap!
That's such a disappointment. And we enjoyed the film, and unfortunately, it's just not. It hasn't resonated with audiences globally. I thought it would do better on the international market. Maybe it will open up in new markets over time, but it is off to a very slow start. Plus, we're heading into June. We have a big release coming out this upcoming weekend, Bad Boys Ride or Die. That's going to be a massive hit. I think it's going to make over $400 million.
We saw it last night. It's pretty fucking funny.
Honestly, Bad Boys Ride or Die
good, man.
was a lot of fun.
Anthony and I were laughing our asses off.
It was for fans of the franchise, for fans of those two, but it was also just some really cool action. It was a good time. There were some great fights, some good shootouts, like stuff you wouldn't expect, especially in the fourth film with these guys getting up there in age. But they delivered. It was funny. It was fun. It was stupid. But overall, it was an enjoyable time at IMAX, and I really just had a blast with that film. I gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd.
Wow.
4 stars.
I stopped rating movies on Letterboxd.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
But I should log it.
It was great.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
I had a good time. I think we're going to do a review of it.
And I think that it's going to perform, it's going to hit probably 40 to 50 million opening weekend. And then I guarantee you Bad Boys Ride or Die makes at least $400 million.
It's a big guarantee.
It's going to be a hit.
Big guarantee.
The third film made $430 million. In 2020, it made $430 million.
Was that before COVID?
I believe it came out in February, but I could be wrong. But it fucking crushed. So I think Bad Boys Ride or Die is going to be a big box office sleeper hit.
Cool. All right, let's get into some news. I think the funnest bit of news is a bit of pop culture fever, because we know the Dune popcorn bucket just took the internet by storm because of how ridiculous it looked. And then now Deadpool and Wolverine have released their popcorn buckets, which we've been anticipating. They've been teasing it for a couple of weeks, and they didn't disappoint. That the little teaser they made is hysterical. Basically, it's a giant open mouth of Wolverine's mouth just waiting for you to insert your hand. Yeah, exactly. Fisted. The ad's hysterical because it's very intimate and like a sexy ad, and then there's popcorn inside of the mouth.
Yeah, Deadpool's stroking it.
And then they drip butter all over his face, like melted butter all over his face. It's pretty hysterical, and I'm really glad that they're having fun with this, and because the Dune popcorn bucket was such a sensation. No one could have predicted how much it helped the marketing. It was insane. And even though the people who are behind it are upset about it, like, you guys sold tickets because of that.
Yeah. This seems like something Deadpool would do.
Yeah, it looks.
You know what I mean?
So it says designed by Deadpool on the side.
Right,
yeah, it's really funny.
And I love they just made Wolverine's mouth massive, huge open mouth.
It's a big mouth.
All right, let's get into the biggest story of the week, aside from the popcorn bucket. But this is the biggest news story, I think. National Treasure 3 has been confirmed as heavily in development from director John Turteltaub, who made both films. And he also confirmed all principal actors are returning, and they're even going to bring back Sean Bean's villain.
So Sean Bean's coming back?
Yeah.
Did he not die?
No, it was like the one villain role where he didn't die. He was arrested.
That's right.
He was just arrested. It's a Disney movie.
Oh my God, I forgot he didn't die.
Yeah, he was just arrested at the
I
end.
just always assume he dies in movies.
No, yeah, this is actually it wasn't GoldenEye where he fell onto the satellite dish. It was National Treasure. But I think this is great news. A lot of people are confused because Nick Cage kind of bitched out Disney last week and called them out on like what they've been doing, and so that's confusing people
With their movies?
Yeah, with the movies, and also with the TV adaptation of like not having him involved at all, and not even calling him about it.
They didn't even call him?
Yeah. They dropped that TV show real fast.
I forgot about it.
Everyone did.
How many people watched it? 17?
I don't know.
17 people watched that.
I'm gonna look on IMDb how many ratings it has.
I bet it's under 1,000.
But this seems to be legit because John Turteltaub confirmed it. He's the director of the films. And so I think this is really great. This is what people want. So when they did the TV show, what was it called? National Treasure, Edge of History. It was a TV series. 13,000 ratings on IMDb. So, yeah, a lot of people saw it.
That's pretty low.
Disney made something that nobody wanted because everyone who loves National Treasure.
How many of those are bots, too?
Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing. A movie franchise like National Treasure, why was it successful, James?
Because Nicolas Cage
exactly
stole the Declaration of Independence.
Exactly. People didn't watch the TV show because it's not just about the story. It's not just about finding the clues and the hunt. Like, that's all great and it's a good time.
That'll lead to another clue.
It'll lead to another clue. People watch National Treasure because Nick fucking Cage. And so when they made that TV show without him, nobody wanted to watch it. So this is the way you do it. Like, he is the face. He is what brought people in the first place. You're going to make it with him. He's the guy.
He's the guy.
Just, if you're going to do it, make another film with Nick Cage because that's what we want. And we'll go see it.
I will absolutely see National Treasure 3. I effing will.
Here, just take my money.
Can
Here's
I
my
pre-sale
pre-order.
ticket right now?
Yeah.
Just put it in advance.
So let's go.
And bashing Disney, I guess. Disney money talks. Right now, I think money talks. So they got to do what they got to do. That's great news. Speaking of legacy sequel, and the third film in a franchise that's been around since
I wouldn't
the 2000s.
call this a legacy, though. It's all of the century.
Yeah, no, but it's still a legacy sequel. It's been years.
It's been years.
You've
spent a
fortune.
All right, tell us
You've done
what it
terrible
is.
things, Robert. Terrible things. All
Really
right,
terrible things.
28 years later. I didn't know this was filming right now.
They didn't waste any time.
They're in principal photography. There's a behind-the-scenes photo of Aaron Taylor Johnson on the set of 28 years later. This is wild. I thought that this would be a couple months until they were filming.
Danny Boyle was like, I'm ready to shoot this. Let's go.
This is fantastic news. I'm very excited because I love 28 Days Later. 28 Weeks Later is really solid, but this movie I think is going to be absolutely epic. The cast has been absurd, everyone they've been casting into this movie. And now it's officially, Killian's coming back officially. This was a week ago confirmed that he's coming back, even though he talked about it a couple months ago. But this is going to be awesome. I can't wait. And I'm so shocked and pleasantly surprised that they're filming this right now.
And plus, Danny Boyle is making it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the icing on the cake, man. Danny Boyle's back. What a fucking great director. And I mean, I just can't wait to see this amazing cast. Aaron Taylor Johnson looks great. He's got this huge beard and long hair. And I'm very curious to see what the world is like in this 28 years later. I'm just so curious what civilization is like.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be global scale because the last two it's still a little confined and controlled to an extent.
Well, maybe they'll start small with the first film and then expand it in the later films.
Yeah, we'll see. But this is pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. All right, next up, Rian Johnson's upcoming Knives Out film, Wake Up Dead Man, released its title last week, and they finally dropped a bunch of the cast this past week. So there have been announcements for this A-list cast, and you know Rian Johnson's going to bring the celebrities and great actors. So first up, we got Josh O'Connor, recently in Challengers and La Chimera, Jeremy Renner, Kaylee Spaney, Mila Kunis, Andrew Scott, Kerry Washington, Glenn Close, Daryl McCormick, and Lindsay Lohan have all been confirmed in the cast of Wake Up Dead Man.
Did you write my name on this doc?
James Deveney also been confirmed.
I'm looking at this doc like, I didn't know I got cast in this movie.
That was just a joke for you to see.
Thanks.
I wrote all the cast. And I put James Deveney like in the middle of.
I'm on the Google Doc right now. I'm seeing it. I'm like, oh, cool. That's pleasantly surprising as well.
And I mean, everyone's excited for this. We all love these films, and I mean, a part of the films is just having incredible actors involved. So I'm looking forward to seeing more revealed. It's probably going to be a cast of maybe 12 or so total, so we got more names to announce for sure.
Who do you think's the villain after looking at this list?
Glenn Close.
I think it's Andrew Scott.
Well, he is the white guy, so it seems like.
Well, Jeremy Renner's in there.
Oh yeah, he's got a bunch of white
Josh
guys.
O'Connor's in there.
All right. Now he's mixing it up. Like, who could be the bad guy now?
Listen, it's not a Scream movie. Pretty easy.
I'm guessing Glenn Close.
I'm going
That's my
Andrew
pick.
Scott. Going Andrew Scott.
My pick. Or, it's also interesting seeing Lindsay Lohan in here.
Yeah.
She hasn't been in a huge film in a while.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
He knows how to cast movies.
It's pretty good at it. It's pretty good at making movies.
Mm-hmm.
I like Rian Johnson a lot. Moving on to some epic news. We've been dying for a third Sherlock Holmes film from Guy Ritchie, right? And it's sort of been in development hell for the last 10, 15 years. And it seems like a project that never will happen, especially with Ritchie behind it, directing it. But there's been rumors of Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law coming back for another director to do it.
Ruben Fletcher's been attached to it for like 4 years now.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if it'll ever
director.
happen.
I don't think so
However, Guy Ritchie will be returning to the world of Sherlock Holmes. He's in talks with Prime Video to direct a young Sherlock Holmes series starring Hero Fiennes as 19-year-old Sherlock Holmes. This is pretty effing exciting, guys. I can't wait. Sign me up. Sherlock Holmes is one of the best characters ever written, ever in fiction. I cannot wait. And I don't care about people getting upset about prequels and reboots and series. They've been doing Sherlock Holmes, one of the most filmed characters, maybe I think the most filmed character ever in the history of television and cinema. Sign me the fuck up. Let's go. Sherlock Holmes TV series, Young Sherlock. This is epic.
And sorry, his full name's Hero Fiennes Tiffin. Sorry, that's his full name.
Gotcha.
We didn't finish his full name.
He played young Voldemort.
Yeah, young Voldemort. He's great.
Ray Fiennes' nephew.
He's apparently a big star with young people for sure. And I think it's great casting. And I love Downey as Sherlock, and Benedict Cumberbatch is amazing as well. But I'm looking forward to seeing a young version of the character because we haven't seen that since the Young Sherlock Holmes, the film in like 92.
It's been a while.
So that was like the last major adaptation.
It's been a while since we've seen Young Sherlock Holmes. It's been a while.
Plus, Guy Ritchie, I love what he did with the Sherlock films.
Me too.
I really love what he did, and I love Downey, and I just wish we could have gotten a third film because I think it could have been incredible. And I know he was really big on Dr. Dolittle, and he put like 2.5 years of his life into that film. I think that's the film that really prevented the scheduling of working with Sherlock Holmes 3. And I think that they were delayed for so long. Guy Ritchie was like, I can't just stay attached to this for anymore. So it'll be great to see him back in the world of Sherlock Holmes because he's probably my favorite fictional character. I love him. All right, next up.
Why don't you marry him?
I will. He'd be a terrible husband.
He would be a terrible
husband. All right, next up, we have some interesting news for the Max series. Welcome to Derry, based upon it's the prequel to the It series. Bill Skarsgård has just been announced as returning to the role of Pennywise for the Max series, which we weren't expecting. I wonder how much money they gave him.
Yeah, it was confirmed that he wasn't coming back for the longest time, and I'm pretty surprised by this. They probably like $10 million.
How much money do you want, Bill?
10 million?
Please come back,
Please
Bill.
be in our show.
Please come back. So, I mean, this is great news. I remember saying I'm not that interested in seeing this series if Bill Skarsgård isn't playing Pennywise.
True.
Because he was so perfect as the role, and he defined the character, I think. So that's really great that he's coming back. I'm curious to see it now.
Let's go. Sign me up. So we have some Captain America Brave New World news.
Here we go.
I thought this was already going through reshoots, but now it's confirmed that reshoots are underway.
No, this is the second set of reshoots.
Second set of reshoots for Captain America Brave New World are underway with new pages, new mystery character. Was it like a mystery flavor lollipop? Like, what's going on here? I'm just kidding. Sam Wilson is back in action this week in Atlanta, where they're filming Captain America Brave New World. He began a round of additional photography with the new actor now in the cast. Giancarlo Esposito has joined. This is the second major set of reshoots.
So it's basically the third time making the movie.
Third time making the movie.
Yeah.
And we know Giancarlo Esposito is going to be a villain role in the MCU. That was confirmed last week, so this is probably it.
They were probably like, oh, what if we throw in another character? All right, let's reshoot the whole fucking movie again.
Oh, my God.
So this is
third round of reshoots. This movie's probably got a $350 million budget now.
Oh, it's ballooned for sure. Way up there. So they filmed the movie, like a year ago, and then they did reshoots in the early spring this year, if you remember.
Yeah.
And now this is another batch of reshoots. So they've just been redoing the movie. This is the third time retooling and purposing the film.
Just write a good movie. Just write a good movie, and then you don't have to do all these reshoots.
I don't know why they can't get it right the first time.
I know
like why make the movie if it's not a good enough script?
Because
why even go into production? I don't understand
Disney,
it.
dude.
Why go into production of a movie if you're like, oh, we have to redo it twice?
I think they're very big on test screenings.
Yeah,
they film a lot. Then they test screen every scene, and then they go out of the test screen and say, all right, what do we have to reshoot? Because what didn't work?
Everything.
Everything. Yeah.
I want to see the original film.
I want to see the original.
I just want to see what they fucked up so badly.
I want to see
that they've been reshooting it for a year. I need to see this. All right, let's get into my favorite trailer of the week. It's one that we've been very curious about for a long time, and it stars two legendary, iconic actors of the modern era, George Clooney and Brad Pitt, in Wolves, the upcoming film about two fixers who are assigned to the same job and have to work together reluctantly. And my God, I watched this trailer and I was like, please give me Ocean's 13. Please, I need Ocean's 13.
There's already been an Ocean's 13.
14. Sorry, Ocean's 14. Ocean's 14. So this looks like a lot of fun. It's just like exactly the same tone of those films. Just these two huge personalities, great actors, sharing the screen, bouncing off each other. It just looks like a lot of fun. It looks like a classic kind of comedy thriller from like the 90s or early 2000s. And I really, this trailer got me so excited. It's on the top of my list for films to see, and I just can't wait for it to finally come out.
Yeah, they have great chemistry. And basically, George Clooney gets called because there's a dead body in some woman's apartment, and she contacts this number to get it taken care of.
This is actually a sequel to Michael Clayton.
Yeah. So George Clooney shows up. He's got this dark outfit on with gloves, and he's taking care of the body. But then someone else shows up, and it's Brad Pitt. He's like, hey, I'm here to take care of your problem. And George Clooney's like, what do you mean you're here? So they're both assigned to the same job.
Yeah.
But then there's a big conspiracy of drugs involved, and they sort of have to solve the mystery and save their skins
it looks
together.
like a lot of fun.
But they're like essentially the same person.
Yeah, like they both wear the same leather jacket by accident.
Yeah. The guy's like, you guys like dressed the exact same. You're
you guys
basically
like
the same person.
You're like secret partners? We're not partners. I can't wait to see this. It's going to be great.
Looks great. Moving on to this year's Actors on Actors. So season 2 of Variety's show and series will include John Hamm with Kristen Wiig, Brie Larson with Andrew Scott, Anara Sawai with Tom Hiddleston, Naomi Watts with Jonathan Bailey, Joey King with Taylor Zakar Perez, Jodie Foster with Robert Downey Jr. That's a great one. We have Chloe Sevigny with Kim Kardashian, Elizabeth Debicki with Emma Corrin, Leo Waddle with Nicholas Galitzine, Quinta Brunson with Jennifer Aniston, Hannah Einbinder with Chloe Fineman, and Tyler James Williams and Anthony Mackie.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who half those people are.
Me neither. But we got, dude, Jodie Foster and Robert Downey Jr. That's gonna be a great one.
Yeah, I watched them talk all day. And so Emma Corrin. So Elizabeth Debicki and Emma Corrin. That's a great pairing because they both play Princess Diana in The Crown at different ages. Yeah. So that'll be a great conversation for sure.
Good stuff.
I don't know who a bunch of these people are. I'm sorry.
I never do.
All right. Next up, The Exorcist. Mike Flanagan has officially been confirmed to direct the new version of The Exorcist for Blumhouse. So they're ditching the planned trilogy from Exorcist Believer, which was supposed to start off the trilogy.
Are they?
They're ditching it. Mike Flanagan is making a completely new take of the franchise, and he's starting from scratch. So it's not going to be a sequel to Exorcist Believer. This is going to be his own thing.
Better believe that. No one wants that. Everyone, it made so much money, but everyone I've talked to who saw the movie, they're like, it was ass.
That's why I didn't see it.
Everyone said it was bad.
That's why I did not see it.
I think
I could have told
talked
you
to
that.
30
He made Halloween Ends.
I think I talked to 30 people about that movie, and they did not like
This
it.
Evil Dies Tonight, guys.
And then I always ask him, like, why'd you see it? He's like, I don't know. Why'd you see? I don't know why I saw it. I'm like, I could have told you that.
I didn't watch it because I knew it was going to be awful. It's a very precious film for me, so I can't watch like a shitty version of it. I can't do it. So Flanagan, though, he's got a lot of backing, and he's on fire right now. He could make it
savage.
He could make something cool.
I can't watch a shitty version of it.
I'm
came
sorry.
back on fire.
I'm not doing it. I'm done.
Hot take, Anthony.
I'm not wasting my time with bad movies that are just being made for money. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Let's move on to Project Hail Mary, which we know is starring Ryan Gosling, directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. The film follows a man who wakes up from a coma afflicted with amnesia and soon remembers he was sent 12 light years away from Earth to save humanity. Now we have a new casting. Sandra Hüller is now starring alongside Ryan Gosling in this project.
Let's go.
Anatomy of a Fall, as well as The Zone of Interest.
I was curious. I've been wondering what her first big Hollywood film would be. This is a great choice. She's getting that bag. She's working on a huge film. She's gonna get America to realize who she is as an incredible actor. So this is great.
Look at who I am.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm Sandra. I think this is great. I'm looking forward to it. And Gosling back in space sounds like a lot of fun.
Heck yeah.
Did I forget to do something?
What am I doing on this space?
What was I supposed to do? I love it. All right, next up. Huge news. Chris Hemsworth has been announced as in talks to star, get this, a G.I. Joe and Transformers crossover film. Now, this IP collaboration was established in Transformers Rise of the Beasts, where it ended with Anthony Ramos' character, Noah Diaz, getting a job offer from the Joes. So they put that in as an Easter egg of, let's try to maybe we can mesh these two properties together. It was kind of just like the director. I read that the filmmakers were like, let's just put it in and see what happens. And the studio found it very exciting. And so they instructed them to try and pursue it and see how they can combine both properties that they own together into one film. So it seems like they figured it out, cracked the code, and now they're looking for a big lead to pair up with Anthony Ramos, and I'm sure they're going to make an ensemble. So Hemsworth is in talks to star in this meshing of the two gigantic IPs.
That's pretty. I think this is cool.
Yeah,
because
I think it's great.
Hasbro owns both of these IPs. They've been making toys and TV series and animated shows of them for decades and decades now. And just like they crossed over their toys when we were kids. Remember, they would do crossovers. I think this is fun.
Yeah,
why not take two of your biggest IPs as a toy company that is making movies as well, and just fuck it. Let's put them together. Let's see what happens. I think it's cool.
And there hasn't been a good G.I. Joe film, so this is a new opportunity to really rejuvenate that IP.
There could have been one.
There could have been.
Cobra was almost pretty. Yeah. Was almost good.
Could have been good.
There were good parts about it, but I think it'd be sick to do a G.I. Joe and Transformers movie.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sign me up. Like, why the fuck not? Try something different. Let's do something different from the same thing they've done before.
But I hope Chris Hemsworth is a G.I. Joe and not a Transformer, even though he's Optimus Prime.
Oh, he's not gonna be a Transformer.
No, what if he's Optimus Prime?
No, he's gonna be a Joe.
I hope so too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you gotta get the guns out, man.
But I mean, I'm just saying because he's literally Optimus Prime.
He wouldn't do it just for a voice acting role. He's already done the voice acting role.
I'm saying I hope not.
There's no way.
You're like yelling at me like I'm writing this
He's
movie.
gonna be. He is
like
Joe.
I'm just saying. Like I hope he's a Joe.
Hemsworth is Joe.
I hope so.
He's gonna be Joe and Optimus Prime. All right, next up,
we got.
So Rings of Power season 2 is coming out this year.
Yeah,
very soon actually. I think in a few weeks. And they released an image of Tom Bombadil, played by Rory Kinnear, who's you've seen in films like Man. He was in that great first episode of Black Mirror. He was in a bunch of the Bond films. A wonderful British actor. So it's cool to see him have a big role. He'll be playing Bombadil.
Tom Bombadil.
Tom.
The beloved character. And I just have to say, the image, it looks so cheap. It looks like they went to Target and like, all right, let's try to put together a Tom Bombadil costume real quick. Let's see what we got. We got
Amazon Prime.
Grab that
Amazon
wig,
Prime
get some spray paint, spray paint the wig.
I saw it yesterday. Let me see this.
Let's get a robe. Let's get a bath sheet and cut a hole in it for his robe. It just looks so cheap. That's the best way.
Let me see this again.
That's all I can say. And it's clearly Gandalf's in the chair in front of him. When I think of
You're right. It does look.
When I think of Tom Bombadil, when I read those books, that's not what I thought of. I mean, I don't know. I think he's a terrific actor. I think he's a great choice.
We all know that, yeah.
But I don't know about this character design. I don't know.
And also, why is he in Rings of Power?
Well, I mean, they're cashing in on all the characters.
Like, why is he even alive at this time?
Tom Bombadil?
Yeah.
He's always been around.
Has he?
Yeah, he's always been in the forest.
Forever?
As long as, I would say, almost as long as not as long as Gandalf, but he's been there for quite a while.
Gotcha.
He's been chilling in the forest
time.
for a long fucking time, bro. he's just singing songs and he's fucking with people for millennia, throwing riddles their way, spooking them, disappearing, coming out of the woods out of nowhere. He's just been fucking around. Tom Bombadil's always been there, dude.
All right,
singing weird songs.
All right, next up we have.
Let me do one.
Okay.
Let me do one. You've done
ahead.
3 in a row. I know you're back and you're excited.
Have I?
Shut the fuck up, Anthony.
You did Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, but you did 2 in a row.
Yeah, not 3 in a row. Like you
Shut
just
up.
Said. Absolute
Shut
fake
up.
news. Fake news.
Shut up.
Not true at all.
Be quiet for a minute. For a minute.
You just talked about Tom Bombadil for 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, I was feeding off you because you just said all you said was Bombadil. I'm like, no one knows what just Bombadil.
I said
is.
Tom Bombadil when I first read it.
You just said Bombadil.
I said when I first read it, I said Tom Bombadil.
No, you just said Bombadil.
No, I said Bombadil the second time. I said it the second time. I said Tom Bombadil.
You literally said TB. Featuring
TB 12 minutes.
An image of TB, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady in Rings of Power.
All right, Blade Runner 2099 news. This will begin filming in June this month.
This is the TV series.
In Prague and Spain. It's starring Michelle Yeoh in the lead role. The first 2 episodes will be directed by Jonathan Van Tulleken, who did Shogun for FX and Hulu, and it's likely releasing next year on Prime Video.
What's up with all these old people leading these IPs?
Hey, man, that's ageist.
I'm just saying, I'm not sure about the casting for the lead.
It depends on what the character is.
Mm-hmm.
How old's Michelle Yeoh? She's got to be like
62?
55. She's not 60s. Hold on. She's got to be...
She's making movies in the 90s.
Michelle Yeoh is 61. You're right.
Yeah.
She's 61. She's a very youthful 61.
I mean, yeah, she's a very youthful 61, yeah.
So, yeah, there are a lot of old people leading action stuff now. But I mean...
Borderlands.
Yeah. Borderlands is a lot of old people in that movie. That movie is...
Borderlands, the nursing home.
Borderlands, have you seen my teeth? Borderlands, my back. I'm curious. Obviously, we love the world of Blade Runner.
I know Shogun. I haven't seen it yet, but everyone says it's amazing. So they got a great director.
I think Blade Runner 2099 can be cool.
I just don't trust Prime with IPs.
Yeah, Terminal. We were
just shitting. No, we're just shitting on Rings of Power.
Yeah, that's true.
But you didn't even know what Terminalist was until the series came out.
I know they killed it.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like beloved IPs.
Beloved IPs. I guess you're right. That's a good point. When they
because Terminalist, I'm sure they gave Pratt and Fuqua control because nobody knew what it was. Like most people didn't know what it was.
Yeah. I'm sure if they were like, "Hey, Antoine, can you do it this way?" Antoine's probably like, "Go fuck yourself."
I'll go make another Equalizer. Fuck off.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Prime's track record with beloved IPs isn't terrific.
It's not.
Say.
No.
We'll see.
It's
we'll
less
see.
than stellar.
Less than stellar.
All right, next up we have an announcement for Superman. The upcoming DC film has finally announced its official release date of the prime spot of July 11th, 2025. You probably can't have a better spot for a film to come out than that week. That's the Nolan week, man. Second week of July. That's his week. That's where he likes to do it.
Then why did he release Oppenheimer?
Shut up about Oppenheimer.
On July 21st.
Shut up. It was pretty close.
It's clearly the third week
Whatever, man.
of July. The end of the third week of July.
Stop.
Just saying, you called it Nolan's weekend. His last movie did not come out on the second
Because
week of
Mission
July.
Impossible came out the week before. They were like, we can't do that on the same weekend.
No, they had a date way years before.
Way years before?
Way
What the
year-
fuck does that mean?
Anyways, let's move into another
one.
prequel series, another
My
TV
God,
adaptation.
Come on.
So 300 is getting a Max TV series adaptation in the works. Actually, I don't know if it's a prequel or not. Probably. No, it is a prequel series.
oh, it's prequels.
Yeah, it's a prequel.
It's a prequel.
It's a prequel series. And Zack Snyder is supposedly involved to direct and produce it. So Max and Warner Brothers are making a 300 prequel in the works as a TV series.
It's a prequel?
Pretty sure.
Where'd you read that?
When I saw the headline on Twitter.
You saw the headline on Twitter.
There's a lot of good stuff on Twitter. For
Oh,
news.
yeah. It serves as a prequel to the 2006 film.
Thank you.
No writer is attached to the project yet. So it's 300, but it's before 300.
So it's 200. It's 200.
It's before the 300 battle. So I'm sure that the graphic novel has some stuff about it before.
Okay, they could go any direction with it.
Yeah.
Just have a war
Yeah.
in Sparta.
They should
Like,
just get
it's-
Gerard Butler back again. Why not?
He's too old.
I don't care.
It's been 20 years almost. It's been almost
Why
20
not,
years.
man? Why not? He's great.
He is great. He is great. Moving on. We got some Mahershala Ali news.
Not Blade.
Not Blade related, unfortunately. So, he's in talks to join Scarlett Johansson in the new Jurassic World film directed by Gareth Edwards.
Great
Gareth
pick.
Edwards.
Gareth Edwards.
Gareth Edwards, you're
Yeah.
right.
Gareth Evans did the other films.
He did The Raid.
The Raid. Thank you. The Raid. This is great news. He's fucking awesome. He's like, Marvel ain't doing anything with Blade, so I might as well do Jurassic Park.
This is probably the role that Glenn Powell turned down. So Glenn Powell turned down a leading role in the Jurassic World
I remember-
franchise.
Yeah, they announced he was
He
in
said
talks.
it didn't match what he thought he could bring to the film.
Uh-huh.
He said he didn't think that he's the right fit for the role.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I mean, he's got his pick of the litter now.
Yeah, he was
announced in that top 10 stars that studios want.
Do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I'll do what I want.
I think it's a smart move.
Yeah, and I think Mahershala Ali is great. And I can't wait to see him in it now.
I think it's a smart move for both actors.
Yeah, wicked smart. Smart guys. All right, next up, we have another TV adaptation of a famous IP. Minecraft is going to be adapted into a TV series at Netflix.
Animated.
It's currently in the works. No details about it at all have been released other than just the announcement. And this has nothing to do with the Momoa live-action film
How do you know?
because it's different companies.
Who's making the movie?
Just Momoa in his backyard.
It could be a Netflix. Hold on. Anthony's straight up talking out of his ass right now.
No, it's a theater release.
Netflix still makes movies that come out in theaters. Hold on, let's see what studio's doing it. It's Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Warner
Legendary.
Bros. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you're lucky.
No, I knew it was Warner Bros. It was deep down. I knew.
Yeah, deep down.
In my bones. In my bones.
Let's move on to some more Disney news. Moana 2, the trailer just dropped for Disney's animated sequel. It's the most watched animated movie trailer ever for Disney with 178 million views in 24 hours. That's absurd.
It's pretty good.
That's absurd.
Movie's tracking pretty well. Comes out in November, I believe.
My God.
Yeah. I think this would be a big hit.
That's a crazy amount of views.
Big hit. Plus, they have the live action version coming out, too, next year.
I mean, if they put an ad on that, they probably made bank off that trailer.
You're thinking of YouTube analytics.
Dude, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of bag, man.
That's insane. 178 million views.
Yeah, people are very excited. So they got this and then Inside Out 2 coming out this year. So Disney and Disney Pixar, it looks like they are primed for some good animation box office because we've talked about the last 3 years of Disney animation has been very lackluster and very low performing, especially with like that sci-fi one they came out with last year.
Lightyear?
No, the other one with like the the people exploring the other planet. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that no
Yeah.
one saw.
Yeah,
The weird one.
Yeah, the weird one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And they had a bunch of films that just did not perform at all. So obviously, it doesn't feel like they're milking these franchises because this is only the second films in both franchises. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I think these could be really big hits for Disney and for the animation genre. All right, next up, Jeremy Renner is doing some press, and he revealed the real reason why he left the Mission Impossible franchise. Now, I remember all the articles online were like, oh, he left because he thought he was going to be the lead, and then he wasn't, and so he was unhappy with it because Tom wouldn't let him take the lead. First of all, Tom's not going to let someone take the lead in his franchise.
Tom Cruise.
So all that reporting was just ridiculous. Jeremy Renner finally cleared the air, and he said he had to leave just to be a dad. And he said, I quote, I had to leave that. I was supposed to do more with them. I love those guys. I love Tom so much. So do we. We had so much fun, and I love that character a lot. It requires a lot of time away. It's all in London. I had to go be a dad. It just wasn't going to work out then. So he had a kid, and he just decided to be more of a full-time parent than spending the first years of her life being on Mission Impossible sets.
It's really
understandable.
It's really
Very
nice.
understandable.
Very nice. What a great guy. Sounds like a great dad.
Yeah, it seems like
I follow him on Instagram.
Renner seems like a great guy.
He does.
He does.
Moving
Fucking
on
love that
to,
guy.
we got a trailer and some clips for Yorgos Lanthimos' Kinds of Kindness.
And what's surprising, it does seem like Plemons is essentially the lead of the film.
Well, he won Best Male Performance and Best Actor at Cannes.
That's fucking
for
awesome.
this movie.
Yeah. So I thought it was gonna be an Emma Stone film with just an ensemble, but it does look like Plemons is the overall lead for
Yeah,
sure,
and
which is great.
His character goes through multiple transformations, it looks like, in
Yeah.
this movie. So I'm really excited to see his performance. And Jesse Plemons, I think this might be a big year for him. I think potentially we're looking at an Oscar possibly.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be that good of a performance, it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, he was nominated a few years ago in Jane Campion's film, and so people love him. So it's going to be a big coming out for him leading a Yorgos film, especially after Poor Things was such a hit. And I'm looking forward to it. The trailer looks great. And it reminds me of an older Yorgos film.
Yeah.
Like the bizarreness of it and the what the fuck tone of those early films of his.
Yeah, because Poor Things was so surreal that it fit the world and the aesthetic. But when he brings that surreal plot to the ordinary, that's what makes his movies, the tone, so special, I think.
Yeah.
But Poor Things, the visuals match the surreal tone.
Yeah, where this feels more in line with Dogtooth or Killing a Sacred Deer, those kinds of films, and The Lobster. So this looks great. Amazing cast, too. And then we got our full trailer, final reveal of Longlegs, the upcoming film starring Micah Monroe and Nick Cage. She plays an FBI agent tracking down a serial killer played by Cage. And this gave me big... So they released some teaser trailers, and I described one of the trailers last week, how cool it was. This is like a more traditional trailer, and it's our first real sense of what the film is going to be like. And I just kept getting Silence of the Lambs vibes. Very cool stuff. I love the cinematography, like extremely wide lenses the whole time. Really cool Steadicam shots, and it just looks like it feels different, which is important for the horror genre. It feels like a very unique experience, and I can't wait for this film to come out.
Next up, we have He-Man Masters of the Universe news. Nicholas Galitzine, who is in the 20 Actors on Actors that we talked about earlier.
He was just in the Anne Hathaway film.
He has been cast as He-Man in the live-action Masters of the Universe movie. Will hit theaters on June 5th, 2026. This man better bulk up.
He's got to hit the gym. He's got a year.
You got about a year and a half. You got a year to put on 200 pounds of muscle.
200 pounds.
Good luck, Nicholas. Do it.
Well, Dolph played him in the 90s.
Dolph's massive.
Yeah, so yeah, you got to get big.
Dolph Lundgren is a massive man.
Yeah.
So, Nicholas, bulk time.
Eat that chicken, man.
Bulk for a year, bro.
Eat that plain chicken and broccoli and rice every day, man. You got it. We believe in you. All right, next up, film announcement, FUZE. And this is going to star Theo James and Aaron Taylor Johnson as criminals. I like this. It's about a film which follows the discovery of an unexploded World War II bomb in a London construction site, which sparks a massive evacuation of the city, which ends up being the perfect cover for a heist.
Pretty cool.
Sounds cool. Sounds very cool. I like it.
I like it too.
That's a great pair, Theo James and Aaron Taylor Johnson.
That's kind of a trend in heist movies lately, that there's some event,
A disaster.
or something that's causing a distraction for people to go in and steal stuff.
Like what?
Army of the Dead.
Oh, yeah. And then a hurricane heist.
Yeah.
Though no one saw that. Neither did I.
That's what I mean. It's a trend.
Yeah,
in
two
heist
movies in 10 years, guys.
There's another-
That's a trend.
Bitch.
Two
Two movies in 4 years.
Hurricane heist was like 8 years ago, man.
There's another movie that's got a similar tone.
Oh, yeah?
I can't remember what it is.
Thanks for that.
Oh my god.
Oh, trust me, bro. There's another one. What's it about? I don't know. Who's in it?
Someone. You motherfucker. You motherfucker. There is another movie it's being filmed. It's like coming out in a couple of years.
Oh, sure.
We've talked about it.
In a couple of years.
We've talked about it
Uh-huh.
on the show.
Sure.
Oh my god, I'm gonna punch you.
I
I'm gonna punch
can't
you
wait for it to
right,
come out.
I'm gonna punch you right in your
I'm
nose.
really looking forward
right
to
in your
it.
glasses.
I can't wait for it. It's my most anticipated film of the year.
There's another one. I can't remember what it was. We talked about it like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I swear to God. I swear. Here, I'm gonna look it up in Google Docs. Do the next one.
All right, next up, we got the final trailer of the week. It's a family affair, and this stars Zac Efron, Joey King, and Nicole Kidman. It looks like a fun rom-com. It comes from the filmmakers of Anyone But You, and it's about Zac Efron is like this big shot Hollywood actor. Joey King plays his assistant, who like can't stand him but still works for him. And then Efron starts having an affair with her mom, played by Nicole Kidman. And so this will reunite Zac Efron with Nicole Kidman, since they did the mail. What is it? The mail boy, mailman, something like that. And that was like 10 years ago. It looks like a cute rom-com. Looks pretty sweet. And it's three really good actors too, so looks like a good time.
Cool.
Did you find the film?
Yeah, it's about
Tell us. I can't wait to hear
I'm
it.
embarrassed. So it's
Let's hear it.
it's a heist in the middle. No, I couldn't find it.
You couldn't even give us a fake one, huh?
Couldn't give you a fake one. Usually I have something.
I
But
swear, it was 2 weeks ago.
Anyways.
We talked about it.
anyways,
Oh, my God.
moving on to our final bit of news. Return to Silent Hill released its first teaser trailer of the film. It looks creepy, it looks eerie, it looks scary, it looks cool. As well as we got news that Silent Hill 2, the video game remake, will release on October 8th.
Oh, cool.
I think it's pretty clever to have
Yeah.
the movie and a remake of the video game coming out.
I bet they did that on purpose.
No, they didn't do that on purpose. It just they were probably in the production studio just like,
You know what this is, though?
What?
It's prime for a heist.
that's what it was. Anyways. All right, that wraps movie news. Anthony's having way too much fun over there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Also, thank you to everyone who donated to our film. We raised $14,000
Wow.
on Indiegogo. Thank you so much. We hit a ton. That's a lot of money, and we're very grateful.
It's a lot of cheddar.
Feel free to keep sending them in. We can accept Venmo payments for now. Maybe we'll do another campaign in a couple weeks,
Sure.
just to get some last-minute funds because we will need it. We will
We
need
will
it. We will need it. But
Your
thank you
precious armory, righteously taken.
graciously. Take
Gracious. We will need it.
We will need it. All right, Bane, shut up. But thank you to everyone who donated. But we'll probably launch another one in a couple weeks just to raise some more. But thanks. Can't wait to make the movie. Also, become a patron at patreon.com/Raiders of Lost Podcast. Leave those 5-star ratings and reviews on Spotify and Apple. And take care, everybody.
See you next time.
Thank you for watching Raiders of the Lost Podcast. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well, notifications for sure. Listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere you can listen to podcasts. And be sure to check out this other content we have on our YouTube channel.